Okay then, for those of you watching the replay, welcome to the fourth and final one of these Rank and Bank VIP webinars. Thank you for coming. A couple of questions I've got I am going to address, and then I'm just going to sort of go for live stuff. So if you're not on the call, you are missing out, but you will be able to hear what other people have asked. Okay, so first and foremost, let's do, I think the channel thing's probably our best bet to start with, so let's do that quickly, and then I can go over and do the rest of it. So let me just open up YouTube, make sure I'm all logged in. Okay, now for those of you on the call, you're going to sort of pretty much see everything unabridged. So it may be blurred out once I get there, because I'm not 100% sure what gets shown and what doesn't. So another bonus of being on the call. You get to see all the inner working stuff. Right, okay. Right, this is my channel. This is my main channel. I have got other channels as well. If you remember, I used like a Cheltenham business channel in the course, if you've been through it and stuff. Now, I actually I got rid of that the other day just because I was doing a clean-up, and it wasn't until I got to this one I'm like, oh, I could have actually set up that channel and shown you. So that was I was a bit ahead of the ahead there, and probably shouldn't have got rid of it. The reason I got rid of it was I was just using it for messing around and stuff anyway. Change of directions, distractions, all that. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have it there. So, right, this is the channel. If you've done any YouTube stuff, there's a very good chance that you've got one anyway. So I'm probably sort of preaching to the choir when it comes to this, but you may not have, and you may not know where to look and where to how to sort of set this up properly. Okay, hang on, audio. Let's check the audio out. It's probably me moving my. I'll try it like that. How's the audio level for that? Is that any better? Just a quick sound check. All right, be sure to throw it in there, because like I said, this is a. Well, I said before I started recording, this is a new setup on the mic, so not good, not good. Right, let me see if I can sort that out. Bear with me just 1 second. Is it still quiet? Very strange. Okay, let's just try this. Sorry about this. Let's see if that does. Oh, that's the any meeting, isn't it? I don't want that. Don't care about that. Let's try those. Okay, so it's sort of fading in, fading out, yeah? Okay, is it still doing it now? I best talk actually, otherwise you can't tell, can you? So, okay, so sorry about this techno stuff again. Let's have a look at this, see if I can get it to go in. Let's see if it's going to be better using that one. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Let me go onto here. Okay, is that alright at the moment? So it's the whole thing. Okay, right, okay. Well, hopefully it'll be alright. Just keep me updated. If it's going up and down completely, then it sounds like it must be a system thing, which is probably a little bit too technical to be messing around with right this second. So I do apologise if it goes down too much. I'll try and keep it up as much as I can. Right, okay, right, channels then. Back to channels. When you come into your channel, obviously you're making a bunch of YouTube videos, etc. Then the main place to put it is YouTube. There are the other places that I have shown you before, but the main one is YouTube. And there's a lot of stuff going around saying that actually channels can be, a strong channel can actually help as far as rankings and stuff is concerned as well, and it definitely helps in the sense of getting subscribers and things like that. Now, the way to set up your channel it's fairly straightforward, but it's always nice to have, you know, to be shown the different things, just to be shown what's what as far as all this is concerned. Right, when you're actually in your own channel, you can see up here, you can see what subscribers you got and what views you got, stuff like that. This is all different stats, depending on how open I'm feeling. I might even go into some of the stats with you in a bit, but Then you've got the video management stuff. Everyone will have this. Obviously, you might not have the subscribers or the views, depending on what you've been doing. Now, the main thing that people tend to forget is that YouTube is a hugely authoritative channel. Now, last week we did a thing where we looked at all the domain authority, page authority and stuff, and if you remember, or if you go back and watch it, YouTube's got a huge domain authority. It's actually got a domain authority of 100, I believe, which is like obviously the highest you can get out of 100. It's respected. It's pretty obvious it's going to be because it's owned by Google now, so it wasn't to start with, but it is now, so they're going to promote it as heavily as they can. It's another reason why we also put our videos on there, because we know that they're going to get good rankings. Okay, now the thing that people don't realize is that anything you do from here link wise is going to help whatever you're linking out to. So what you can actually do within your channel is you can add your own little links through to all different your social accounts, but you can also link through to websites as well. Now this here is actually going to be, if I was to go in, I can actually go in and edit all these sort of things, but I'd have to go into Creator Studio. Like I say, I'm not sure what it gives away and what it doesn't, but what I can do is I can show what it looks like to a new visitor. I'm not sure what autoplay is, so just wait while that loads up. The Prince, there we go, just in case you can hear all that. So what you can do, this is what it looks like to a new person coming to my site. Okay, now this here, I'm flitting around a little bit, but if I go back up here, actually, this here is where you go through to the different social networks. Now these are links back to your social networks. It's really good to have these in here. It does help out. YouTube is linked through to Google Plus anyway, so it's good to have that. But the thing that a lot of people miss out, like I say, is linked through to a website. Now all that actually does, it's literally just linked through to my main website, and you can do that from your YouTube channel as well. It's a great link because it's worth an awful lot in the eyes of the Google gods when it comes to ranking all sorts of other stuff. Okay, there's my little pop-up. Let's just put that down for a second. But now I'm just trying to rank for my brand name here, but if you are doing a channel that's all niche orientated, then there's no reason why you can't have some sort of keyword, key phrase in here. So that's very good for that sort of thing as well. I will show you what I mean by the branding in just a second. Anyway, it's slightly related to all this sort of thing. You've got this image up here. You can actually just Google the image sizes. It's always good to have something up here, some sort of promotion. They do allow links and things like that in here, so you can put all sorts of stuff in there promoting whatever you like. This here is just the image that comes through from your Google Plus. So I've got my lovely mug there because obviously I'm trying to make with the videos and stuff like that, and trying to get myself on screen a lot. I want people to recognize me as well as a brand. Now if you were a business, then you could always use a logo or something like that instead, and use a business page, business type Outlook instead if you wanted to. But it's always nice to have your face anywhere. As you know, people see, if you go on screen, people see that as a lot more trustworthy. Okay, right, following down here, I'm not 12 in that pic, Rich, at all. Actually, that is, hang on, let me think, that was done for the Pledge Music campaign we did in 2014, so it is a little bit old, I will give you that. I might have an extra like wrinkle since then, not sure. I definitely need a haircut. I don't look like that at the moment. So right, now as you come down, you've got all these different sections here. These are just like telling me what they think I should be subscribing to. I don't subscribe to a lot of channels on this particular one because this is all meant to be just people finding me, not the other way around. But what you do get is you get the chance to put this intro video right here. And the really cool thing about this, which I'm not actually utilizing that much anymore, but I did used to, is you can actually have two different videos. You can have one for people that aren't subscribed to you, and then you can have one for people that are. Now this is really cool because it means you can have a little video, however you make it, whether you make it whiteboard or whether you're on screen, whatever you want to do. You can have a little video that's basically explaining who you are, what this channel's about, why they should subscribe to you, stuff like that. I've just thrown up my animation up there because it was one of my latest ones and I wanted to show it off. The other thing obviously is anyone landing on here counts, and you've got it on autoplay, counts as a view, so it's a good way to sort of boost your views on videos if you're sending people to your channel, even if it's a video that it's not going to get viewed by a lot of people, maybe in searches or maybe normally. It means it's going to count as a view every time someone lands on your channel page. Excuse me, dry throat. So it's good to have something up there with it, but usually you should really say, you know, who you are, why they should subscribe, what your channel's going to be about, what they're going to get if they do subscribe. Now, like I say, the cool thing is you've got this here. What I'll show you just here is if I go click on done on there, it'll take me back to how I can see it. And then just here, it's actually done it for me anyway, but if I just go here and click on returning subscriber, so basically someone's come along and then they come in here and they are a returning subscriber. They get like a playlist depending on what you want to say. I always put my review playlist up there because obviously this has got my affiliate links in, and the more people I can get looking at these and clicking through, the more I'm going to sell. Okay, that's subscribed users, and if I go to done there, and then you've also got a video that you can put up there for returning subscribers if they haven't got a playlist set, which I've just got my access all areas green screen and a link through to my, which is one of my products, so you can sort of mix it up. So if you use this properly, I'm not really utilizing it as fully as I should. If you were to use this properly, obviously you can have like an intro saying why they should subscribe. Then as soon as they subscribe, you can have something saying thank you very much, you know, welcome to my channel, being a valid subscriber. Just, you know, give them some praise for the fact that they've actually subscribed, and maybe give them something extra to go with that. And then you can also say a playlist. Like I said, with mine it's the reviews, purely because my whole channel is about stuff I'm just messing about with, but mostly affiliate marketing and selling other people's stuff, so it makes sense. Now if you had a business site, then obviously you would put whatever you want the people to see the most. For a long while I had my Teespring course up there when I was doing that sort of thing. So it's kind of up to you on that, but it's just nice. Not people don't realise you can put those different things there for different visitors depending on what they are, and it's as simple as clicking, editing and choosing what you want people to see. Okay, as you come down, what you can do is you can set up your channel to show playlists. Okay, now when you make a video, you can add it to a certain playlist, and you can name this playlist whatever you want as well. Now I'm not particularly inventive on these. I've got one called reviews, one called tutorials, one called free Teespring course, because I did like sort of 3 of them and it picked up well, so you know I gave it its own list. And then one called Unleash Your Awesome, which I've only ever put one video in. Obviously that video made them so awesome I didn't think they needed any more, so I left that how it was. But the idea with that was like motivational stuff, you know, self-help, that sort of thing. But to be honest, I sort of did the one and then went off and did other things anyway. So that's the idea. You can go through there and you can add these different playlists. Okay, now you can move these up and down however you want, so I do move these around depending on what I want to be seen the most at the time. When I've got a product out, I've normally got the products playlist up there or something to do with it. When I'm trying something new out, I'll have it in this top bit here just to get some views, because that helps with the rankings, things like that. And basically you can mess around with it, but it also means that if I was to click on this reviews tab here, you can see it's got all the videos in order. Now these are everything that I've tagged as reviews, and if I was sorry, just popped out how important is playlist naming around keywords, etc. So what I was about to say was, like, I haven't really worried about it here. I've just done reviews. I send it out. I usually send an email out. I embed it in all the various things that I embed it in, and I've got subscribers as well, so they come to it too. But if I was to call, if this was all a certain thing, like let's say I wanted to make a playlist and it was all about local marketing, okay, I could put I could actually call the playlist how to land local clients, something like that, and that keyword in the playlist name is just as likely to be picked up as the actual videos are themselves. If you do searches in Google and stuff, you'll find that a lot of the time there's actually a playlist comes up as well as videos with those particular words in. Now a playlist is a lot of your videos in once, so it's great because it means if people are interested and if they want to watch it again and again, then you know they're gonna get, oh, audio getting choppy, okay, no problem, bear with me just a second. Technical stuff tonight, it's all go. Let's close a few things. We don't need that open, we don't need that open. How's that? Is that going, is that a bit better? Cool, took the opportunity to take a drink as well. So yeah, so when you go through, yeah, I think I'm on wireless internet at the moment, and it's been a bit funny. BT is, let me pause that, there we go. That probably doesn't help as well, having Dropbox running. yeah, I've got BT internet, and it's to be honest with you, if I could get something else, I probably would. But anyway, this isn't an advert or a slander, so let's carry on. Right, so with playlists, obviously they're going to see a lot of your videos all at once, and it means they're going to get to know you. Now, it makes no sense for me to keyword this particular playlist because it's so many different reviews, it's different things, you know. But like I say, if I was to niche it down again, there's no reason why I couldn't do that. If I go back to the Pocket Ace promotion, you can see that for this one, I did I've just put free Teespring course. Now, I don't think that comes up anywhere, to be honest with you, for free Teespring course, but the idea is it could, and I'm logged in anyway, so it's going to be a bit skewed. No, it's not going to show up on there, so I've still got all these things switched on as well. There you go, there's one of my videos showing up for it, but that's not the actual. I'm trying to see if I can find one so you can see what it looks like when I no, that's just the one as well. So none of them are showing up for that particular one. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and to be honest, I haven't pushed it hard anyway. I could link to my actual thing is as well, I could link to my actual playlist because it's got its own URL, so you can use them to rank with stuff as well if you wanted to. So that's quite important. So anyway, so what you do is you set out your channel like this. You can actually add sections. So if I was to click on there now, I could do things like, well, hang on, I'll click on it. Look. You can select the content, and you can say doesn't have to be something you've set up. It could be like popular, it could be liked videos, it could be upcoming events you've got. You can create your own playlists. You can do all sorts of stuff in there, and then the layout is basically it's horizontal or vertical. There's nothing too special on that. And then you can just like done, and it will add it. So if I was to go here and I could do liked videos, haven't got any on there. There you go, popular uploads. You see, and click done. And all it does now is it's set up a playlist with all the ones that have been watched the most. So no surprise, I've got the Teespring one there. I've got my access all areas. That's like my sales page video, and then I've got the Unleash Your Awesome just there. So all they've done is they've probably just taken the views, I would imagine, and just put them in the order. So obviously you can do that. I'm just gonna get rid of that though. There you go, just scrap that. Okay, so it's as easy as that, and then you can move them up, down, in, out, whatever you want to make your channel attractive, make people sort of suck people in so that they actually go into there. So that's kind of all there is really to the channel. As far as just trying to think with, let me just hide this just quickly so I can just see something. Bear with me just a second. Here you go, I'll show you some of the stats on like sort of a busy-ish. Here we go. Right, this is for the this just shows you what's what for the last 28 days. And you can see from here you get lots and lots of different stats. Now this is really good when you're trying to see if something's going, you know, a little bit viral, if it's being shared around, all sorts of stuff you can pop in here. So, and it also shows you the crazy amount of minutes and stuff that get watched. Now if I go here, you can see, sorry, my mouse is playing me up now as well. It's just one of those days. Right, right. If you go here, you can see sort of the spikes and stuff like this. You can see what's worked. You can see your earnings. This is just AdSense earnings. You know, when you're watching a video, and sometimes it can be a bit annoying, I know, but you get those little pop-up ads, and you also get the in-stream ads and stuff like that. That's basically just ticking a box so that it adds it to some of my videos and not to others. It's not a lot of money, obviously. I mean, what is that? That's about £4 or £5, like where I am right now. But that is literally just sitting there, and it just ticks over. Some months are a lot higher. If I put on a, you know, if something takes off and I've put monetization on it, then it just clicks over and I get paid an AdSense check, like however often it is. I think it's every 60 days now, something like that. But this shows you everything. You can see like the different you can see the different views and stuff like that, so you can see the performance. The spike here is actually because I did a testimonial for a release that was out. I think it might be shutting tomorrow actually, and my video was on the sales page. So the reason this has been viewed like that, this many and like this many minutes, it's only like a minute and a half long, something like that, which is why it's got less than these, because these are like sort of 30 minutes long, so they've been viewed less, but obviously there's more minutes to view. I haven't monetized it because it's for someone else's sales page, so that's not fair. But you can see how that's, you know, sort of spiked up, and that's what these little spikes are here. So this shows you everything. So in the last 28 days, I've had nigh on 3,000 views across all the videos. There's been over 14,000 minutes worth of my videos watched. I've earned just under $9. I've had 13 extra likes. I've had no dislikes, which is nice. 2 comments down. The down arrow just means I got more than that last time. Shares, I've had 1. Again, it's down from the last 28 days. Videos in playlists. This is when people take your when they watch like your videos and stuff in the playlists. And subscribers is pretty self-explanatory. So I've had 31 new subscribers in the last 28 days as well, which is good because when I post a new video, they get told straight away. So all sweet. You can also see where they come from. You can sort of see your demographics, stuff like that. This just tells you where they've actually found it. So YouTube watch page is, you know, when it says at the end of the video, stuff like that. That's the suggested videos. The YouTube watch page means they watched it actually on YouTube. External means they watched the video and it was in like embedded somewhere else. And YouTube channel page is where we were a minute ago. It means they've watched it direct on that channel page. So you can see from this that most people, although they land on the channel page, they're either going to watch it where I've embedded it somewhere, which is why embedding is so important, or they're going to click through from the channel and actually watch it on the page itself. It also means that there's a good chance that they found it in the search engines and they clicked through to the page and didn't really have any choice but to watch it on the YouTube page. And then the traffic sources, you can see, like I said, embedding is very important. 37% of my traffic has been from embedded stuff. That includes other people that have taken your video as well. Especially with the YouTube, with the Teespring videos, they've got shared a lot in other people's sites about anything to do with Teespring, stuff like that. So it's, you know, it does all the promotion for you. YouTube suggested video is at the end of someone else's video or at the end of your own one. If you do that little tip I gave you of putting your own name or your own brand in the bottom, you will pop up on the suggested videos, and that means that 33% of watchers have clicked on one of my videos after they've watched a different video, whether it be mine or not. So again, that's very important to have your own videos there as well, so that you can keep going and going and going. YouTube search is obviously using YouTube as the search engine, so don't dismiss that. It may be 13%, but that's still a lot of views, and so ranking in YouTube search is also very good. And then other is going to be like Google, things like that. Okay, now if I come through, just thinking what else I can show you on here. Yeah, cool. Okay, if I come on here, traffic sources, I'm trying to think what actually helps me with this. There you go, it's a bit more in depth there, telling you what's what, how many views you've got. That's not what I wanted though. I'm not sure if I've actually got it in here. No, I can't see it. I was going to see if it would show me the different search and stuff, but I think if I click through here to YouTube search, I think it tells me a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. So all these various, I'm a stat junkie anyway, but all these stats here will tell you all the different things it's been found for. So you can see, you know, you can see that like so you can also see the duration that it's been watched for. It's no good only having, you know, they've watched 26 seconds. They've obviously, like, I've been found for this a few times, but it's like it's not about that enough, you know. So if that number there was like sort of, I don't know, if I had like 400 there or something silly like that, I'd go, right, okay, I'm making a video about how to make 2 font colors on a Teespring shirt, because it gives you an idea of what people are looking for. But as you can see, most people just how to make money, making money, so on and so on. So I pee in a nappy. Cool. They obviously found my princess and the PU through that, but I'm not sure why they were searching that on YouTube. And there you go. It just gives you lots of different. Oh, yeah. Some of it, you see some freakier stuff. Believe me. But you can see all the different stats. That's just from the last 28 days as well. I mean, it's at its peaks and it's and various. That video maker toolkit there. Someone trying to search to see if it works in Spanish, obviously. Things like that. So it's a great little insight. Great little insight. Earning report does exactly the same thing, and I think we, basically that's what you can do with that one. So let's go back to the main one. Oh, that's exactly where I was. There you go. So you got lots and lots of different things. There's lots of other stuff I can do as well to this. I can, I don't really actively search out fans or anything. I just make sure that I always put my YouTube link in the bottom of my email, stuff like that. And you can do all sorts of stuff. You can chat with people. You can have discussions. You can do all sorts of stuff within this channel. So it's worth having. Okay, right. Just looking down. Okay. Anything around using different platforms than YouTube, use same content and same principles will work. Yeah, there's a list of like sort of 7 things in that course, isn't there? Let's go and grab one of them. Let me just load that up. Audio might go choppy for a second if it thinks I'm doing too much. Okay. Now, honestly, in my usual sort of lazy, it worked anyway, so I'm not going to bother doing anymore type way. I tend to stick with YouTube, but I have done other things on different places, and I will also show you something else in a minute, but I can't actually remember where they are. It's not that one, is it? Ah, there we go. Don't know my own way around it. Okay, so these are the different ones you can do, or some of the different ones. So let's just open up a couple of those and hope it doesn't mean that we stop working. Now, same sort of thing, you can add your different things. Now, if you look in here, you will find that a lot of it's the same. It's slightly different because it's not YouTube, obviously, but a lot of it is the same. So if I go through to, let's just choose one here. Let's do comedy. Just trying to find one that isn't like sponsored or whatever, And I do apologise if anything comes up that shouldn't, because I'm not really thinking about that. So okay, so as you can see, once it loads up, I just want it to load so I can stop it. Oh, it's going to deliberately take forever. There we go. Right, there we go. Got there eventually. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's pretty much the same sort of idea. Yeah, you've got your video, you've got your followers and stuff like that. You've got the fact that you can share it and everything. You can embed it. You've got the categories. You've got your titles and all that sort of thing. Now, if I was to, I mean, it's not exactly a hugely searched thing. I would doubt. But if I do that, you can see is Dailymotion. You can see in much the same way. So there's the title there. You've got Dailymotion ones here. You've also got time lapse here of YouTube, and you can see that, okay, I'm using the exact. So it's probably not the best demonstration of the fact that YouTube isn't always the daddy, because it tends to be. But you can see that it's definitely showing up in the first and second slot above something that is on YouTube, which is about the same sort of thing. Okay, so you can see that it can rank as well. Now, there's a good chance if I was to make a YouTube video and use exactly that in the title there, because of the authority of YouTube, it would end up being above this Dailymotion one, if I'm totally honest. Now, if I was to take this, let's see whether this will actually work for me today. Okay, there you go. Domain authority on this is 96, so it's still crazy high. It's just not as high as YouTube, but it's still crazy high, so it's definitely worth doing that sort of thing. A good way, what's that, Rich? Anything close to YouTube in traffic numbers for your videos. Like I say, I don't really use them on here in this sense. I mean, I can show you, I can definitely show you how Dailymotion and YouTube, Vimeo is the same sort of thing as well, by the way. There you go, domain authority 99. Same sort of thing, you can upload your videos and stuff. Now what I can do, if I put this in Alexa, this is like a thing that sort of shows you. I've got to sign in for that. Okay, with Alexa you can do like a comparison. Let's see if there's a free website. Just see if we can find something. Let's switch that off so it's not using all our resources. Now Alexa's the best one for this sort of thing, but I've got to sign in, and to be honest, I haven't been there for that long. I couldn't tell you what my login is. So see if this one will let us compare. Add a competitor, Dailymotion, wasn't it? There we go. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, it's quite nice. There you go. You can see how there's the difference. Look, you can see how there's quite a bit of difference there. Obviously, time on site's lower, etc., etc., etc. But if it's in amongst, you know, if it's in with the rest of your videos as well, it makes it look tight, doesn't it? Look at that, it makes it look awful. But like, I mean, that's still like 400 million, 300 million views. It's just because YouTube is so ridiculously big, it makes it look like it's got like 1 or 2. But that's like right down there, like that little line there is like nearly 360 million, you know. But yeah, YouTube is the daddy. That's why, you know, that's why everyone teaches to rank on YouTube rather than telling you to go to Dailymotion and do it. But once you've got that sort of thing, now if you've got a video, there's a good chance. If I just go somewhere again, so trying to think what I could search for. That with Dailymotion, like the thing is, your efforts want to go into YouTube, but then you've created something. Now, if you want to sort of hedge your bets, if you like, and because you can kind of just put the same video up on all of these different things if you want to, but some people do say that kind of counts as the same video and it's only, you know, your rankings, etc., etc. Now, as you can see, YouTube is probably going to smack the rest out of the water anyway, so as long as you get the rankings for YouTube, you could say who cares, the other ones are just there in case people use those sites. But if you do want to get actual rankings on these different sites as well using the same video, then you can actually just mix it up a little bit, like give it a different title, put like a 3-second burst of a logo on the end of the video with a simple editor or something like that, or even use the YouTube editor and add it onto the YouTube one, so it's YouTube that's got the different, and then like your raw footage goes on the other one, stuff like that, just to mix it up a little bit, and that way you've got more chance of them actually being ranked in their own respect. Okay, but some people literally will just put up the same video on all these different channels, and you can get people on Fiverr.com, things like that, if you don't really fancy doing it but you fancy giving it a go and you don't mind wasting, like sort of throwing $5 at it. Wasting's the wrong word. You don't mind throwing $5 at it, then you can actually just do that, and just see if it doesn't, you know, see if it gets you anywhere. And but the main thing, again, going back right to the beginning of this webinar, is the main thing is it's not so much the fact that you're on Dailymotion or places like that, it's the fact they've got huge domain authority. So what you can then do is link back to wherever you want, and you've got another massive link back to your whatever site it is. So just remember, like, video marketing can be a thing in itself, but it's huge when you use it to actually boost your other efforts. So if you've got a main website or if you've got something like that, then it's huge for that sort of thing, because you can use the links and you're allowed to put stuff on there. If your videos get ranked, which we know how to, then absolute bonus. If they don't get ranked, or you know, or whatever, it's still a link back to whatever it is you're linking to, so it's still worth it. And if you use the techniques that I show you, then you should have links through to all your social sites and stuff within each of your descriptions, because we did that deliberately, so you've got links back to your Facebook, to your whatever, with all your brand names and stuff like that. So when you do something like this, so if I search Pocket Ace Promotion, okay, I'm logged in, so it's a little bit screwy on here, but what it means that because you're linking everything to everything, that by the time you type in your brand name into something, you're absolutely dominating the whole, like the whole section, the whole thing. So I've got my YouTube, I've got my Facebook, I've got SlideShare, I've got Google Plus, I've got LinkedIn, and that's not me just there, but I've got all the images here because I've made sure that I've got my keywords in the images. I've got this massive thing here telling you what I do and what I'm about. Got Pinterest there, Google Plus again, Google Plus videos, and then I've got people sharing my stuff with my, like, still with my name in it. I've got my About Me page, I've even got support desk, Blogspot, you know, so on and so on and so on. It's always all about me. So on and on and on and on and on. It's and every now and again there's someone else, you know, but who cares? That's me. That's the Rank and Bank system there. Look. And then it starts turning into casino stuff. But before I started doing that, like every page was just about poker. It's like you put it in there, and Pocket Ace Promotion was just about how to use pocket aces in poker to like promote, you know, your hand and stuff like that. So take a swig of drink, right? So that's kind of that sort of thing as well. As far as anything else to talk about, I mean, I'm open to whatever, because it's quiet in here. It's understandable, it's the last one, but I'd like, you know, if you've got something you want to cover, then I'd like to. If not, like I say, I can just talk about my day. I really don't mind. But you know, if you've got something that you want to cover, or if you want to you know, throw it in the group instead, and you know, make this a short one, I'm fine with that too. I really don't mind. Just let me know in the old chat box what you would like to do, anything you'd like to cover, and I will switch my mic off for a second so I can have a quick drink. But I'm still listening, so keep typing if you've got something you want to cover, or video you want us to look at, new idea you've got, site you've got, anything, any part of any part of the process you're not sure of. I was chatting away there, and I realised that I'd flicked off the microphone on the little doofer as well. Right. Okay. So Google Analytics. Yeah. Cool. It's always user error, especially at this sort of time of night. You know that. But I'm not too good in the mornings either. But anyway, I digress. Interpreting Google Analytics. I found a lot of referral spam that gave me a reality check on the traffic I thought I was getting. No, that's fair enough. No, that's cool. I mean, like, you're coming forward with questions. That's fine. We can do some stuff. Any tips for avoiding that spammy traffic, or is it all traffic good? Right. Okay. Well, let's start from the bottom. I think no, not all traffic is good, but as long as it's not actually malicious traffic, it's not going to actually hurt you in any way. But it's also not going to convert or anything like that. So it's just going to make it look like you're busier than you are. As far as avoiding spammy traffic, it's kind of impossible. Once your site's out there, it's kind of fair game for this sort of thing. If they want to send it, there's no real reason why they send it. Sometimes it's called referral spam because there's just you know, a chance that you'll click on it in the analytics, stuff like that. It's really is kind of obviously it's a family friendly webinar, but it's like throwing a certain thing at the wall and hoping some of it sticks. Yeah, that's kind of that's why they do it. As far as what you've done with like filtering it out in analytics, that is the thing to do, because then, you know, you don't sort of get upset by the fact you think you've got a lot of traffic when you haven't. But it also means that it's probably not going to affect anything else apart from your conversions and stuff are gonna, or your time on site and that are gonna actually improve, because obviously these things are bouncing in and out, so they're ruining your bounce rate, they're ruining the time spent on the site. They definitely aren't converting, because that's not the point of it. Although some people that you might not be tracking conversions anyway, you know, but it definitely will improve your bounce rate and your time on site and stuff like that, and that's always good when it comes to helping to rank everything. Excuse me. To rank everything. Do I use any segment filters in Google Analytics to remove referral traffic? Yeah, you can tell it to ignore certain domains and stuff like that, can't you? So it tends to be that it's got some sort of pattern to it. So there's something quite general that removes 90% of it straight away. And that's how you can do that. And obviously remember to remove yourself as well, because otherwise you find that you think you've had 20 visits today and it's actually you clicking on all the things. So it's good to do that as well. When it comes to YouTube stuff, you saw all those stats I showed you, and it shows you all the stuff that's coming from there. You don't tend to get that sort of thing in YouTube, really. It's just websites that's referring to. Because in YouTube, if they're if it's spammy traffic, then they've got to have actually either embedded your video or linked to your video, stuff like that. So it's actually counts as views and stuff anyway. So it's actually probably, in that sense, is a good thing, because videos don't have to convert really, and people don't watch. They do. You understand what I mean, though. It's like, it's not like it's going to affect the ranking because someone didn't click on your affiliate link or your link underneath it. Okay, it doesn't help you, but it also doesn't hinder you too much either. Any other questions? Can I have another drink? My throat is definitely dry today, so give me 2 seconds. Right, cool. It looks like everyone's pretty much had what they want. I knew it'd be a fairly quiet one, because it's the last one and everything. But it's cool that you all came along when you did, and I hope you enjoyed it. This was the last one of the 4, so I will get this replay up, give it a little bit of an edit, because there's been a few like glitches and stuff like that going on. So I will have a look through it probably tomorrow or the next day and pop it up there, so you've got all 4 of them in your membership area, so you can check them out. As far as me, future plans and stuff like that, I've got no plans at the moment, sort of course-wise, stuff like that. I'm just sort of working on my own stuff behind the scenes with affiliate stuff and that, doing a lot more of my own affiliate stuff because I do enjoy it. So I will be doing more stuff, but nothing in the pipeline right this second. I think I'm teaming up with a couple of people sort of in the second half of the year. So I'm just going to sort of enjoy, and yeah, of course I'll let you know when things happen. But right, I will call this one then, and we will. If I go ahead and I'll click the stop button any second now. I hope you enjoyed the webinars and got some value out of them. This one was a little bit bitty, but we always knew it was going to be, because hopefully we covered it all in the other 3. So enjoy. Go back and watch them as many times as you want. They will be kept up there for you for as long as you need them. So obviously things change. The ranking methods will change eventually, so don't panic if things stop working for you. They shouldn't do anytime soon, don't get me wrong, but you've got the Facebook group if you did want to use it to find out any extra bits and bobs, and I'm sure I will speak to you online and all sorts of things soon anyway. So right, I'll love you and leave you. I'm going to hit the see you on Facebook. Yeah, well, it's a very odd thing to say, isn't it, because you don't really see anyone on Facebook. Well, I suppose you see their picture. But anyway, I digress. I'm about to waffle, so I'll shut up. Right, I'm going to hit the stop button so that if I do waffle, it doesn't matter for the people watching this. Thank you so much for joining me on these 4, and I will speak to you all real soon. Take care.